What is the crack, gentlemen? How are we? Fabulous to see you as always.
You guys are looking a little tanner.
No.
He is, isn't he? He is down there. That's why he's in the dark, to emphasize the tan.
I have a light right above my head.
Yeah, you're in a dark
take
room.
the
You look more tan than me.
I was in Florida for 3 days, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Talk to us, guys. Give us some details. So you guys were at Premier League Fan Fest this weekend.
Because
Anthony,
of the
you were there
pods.
for a little bit of a shorter period of time. I know you guys were out there celebrating a birthday too, but give the fans a little update. How was it? Looked like a pretty good turnout.
Because of the pods, we got VIP tickets and VIP treatments, obviously. Like no lines, didn't pay for a thing, all that good stuff. Shout out to Jacko, happy 40th. We love and appreciate you, you curly-haired little freak. Yeah, the good crack was had due to my baby situation. I was there for 24 hours.
Birthday party though, huh?
Yeah, it was good crack.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
It was nice. So we surprised one of our good friends. It was his 40th. Took him down there, and just had an awesome time at the Fan Fest in Tampa. It was, they did an awesome job. It was 93 degrees and sunny both days, so it did get a little toasty in the sun.
Limited shade.
Yeah. But everything was great.
Did you guys catch any glare off my guy Alan Shearer's dome piece?
I didn't get last time. Al got close to him. Have I told this story on this already? And we went to the one in New York, and you get in there, and they're like, "Here's 3 or 2 drink vouchers." You're there for 3 games, and we're like, "Well, this isn't going to work." So we found a friend there who we tipped aggressively, and we were good for the beers. So by the time we bumped into Mr. Shearer, we were on number 6 or 10.
Yeah.
And Alex goes up to him and
Sweet
goes,
spot.
He goes, I just want to thank you for your service to our country, and just like he was part of the military, and then shook his hand, tried to sneak in a hug, and that was it.
I will say one thing: like the New York, we had VIP through one of Anthony's mates. And also, New York, I think, was one of the first ones they did, and it was a much smaller venue room. Like this was huge. It was like over like 2 or 3 fields, right?
If not more, yeah. It was. There was many parts of it that we didn't even get to it. It had the inside part and for food and all stuff like that.
There was some lads, some footballers who was walking around, and like honestly, like you could have just walked past some of them if you didn't know or weren't looking out for them. One of our mates, James Chester, used to play for West Brom and Villa. One of our mates was a Villa fan. He had a little chat to him. I saw a video of Kevin Phillips, of Super Kev, and I wouldn't have recognized him. Like he's like massive beard, now longer hair, and he just looks nothing different to. Or he looks so different to how we used to. But no, it was awesome. They had a great time, right?
Yeah, they do a good job. The only thing was just the lack of shade. Was you've got 7 pasty English dudes down there, and where you're looking at for the big screen, you're just in it. There isn't options to get shade. You'd have to leave the complex more or less, wouldn't you, and go into the food court thingy to get any shade. So for one game, cool. That factor 30, that factor 50 is in, and it's money. By the time you're rolling on to the second game, there's some rouge, toasty Englishman.
Yeah.
But no, it was good crack. The atmosphere was very much dependent on how your team got on.
Or everyone who was there, every single person's team won, other than Mr. Packwood.
Yeah,
except for Arsenal. I mean, they had a pretty good turnout.
We didn't have any Arsenal fans. Don't hang out with them.
But I think the turnout there, I think I saw a lot of Arsenal fans when they were in the city.
There was a lot of Arsenal fans down there.
A lot of Arsenal, a lot of Liverpool, a lot of Man United is what it seemed.
Yep. Yeah, they got the biggest cheers when scoring, everyone was wearing some form of apparel, right? They were wearing some form of merch and shit like that. But the scumbag who turned 40, he's a Liverpool fan. He's not even from Liverpool, and he was standing next to me. We were watching it, and it was all good bands. and yeah, like it was such an odd game. No one predicted, no one really had Mo, I think, or Van Dijk being that influential, because all the stories at the minute is like they're done. So for those two old guards to score in the manner in which they did sucked. We were all over them, and no, it's so circumstantial. Any single game is circumstantial, but losing Beto and Branthwaite was why we lost that football game, because Barry came on, and I've listened to a few Everton podcasts since the game, and the more talking about how unbelievably uninfluential and non-existent he was than the score itself, because it was that noticeable. Because as we know, Beto's nowhere near world class, but in our system, he's just there to get in the way, cause a ruckus and be a pest. And this lad just didn't look bothered. He just aimless runs and so weak. Like you almost could start thinking that is he throwing his toys out the pram because he's been benched, even though he's been benched because Beto's playing really well. So that sucked. And then, Branthwaite going down. One, you gutted for the lads because you could tell it was the same leg. You could tell it was the same hamstring. You could tell it was the same injury. So God knows what that's going to look like.
You could tell by his reaction too.
It's starting to get a little bit John Stonesy, a little bit Jack Wilshere. You look, all those names start to come into your head because they came and played too much footy too soon. He's a big lad. Yeah, so that sucks. Then Michael Keane comes on, who's been, I'm not his biggest fan, as we all know, but he's been okay this season. We were too, our squad hasn't got the capacity to replace those two players. So, just hard. And then to lose in that manner, I can usually take it, but for playing the better football, having the most possession, having the most chances, and then losing like that, it stuck with me longer than most things do. Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, and you obviously didn't really capitalize on the fact that, Liverpool's third choice keeper was,
yeah. He looked solid though.
He's a good keeper, to be fair. He's been around the Championship for a long time, but coming on for your Liverpool debut and the Merseyside derby, it doesn't get
first one ever in Hill Dickinson. It's
fair play to him. Saw some of the Hill Dickinson ball boys celebrating that Van Dijk goal. You may want to look into that, But one thing I did take away from the game. Listen, I understand he's probably not in full form, but Isak looked like a parking cone out there. He legit did nothing in that game.
He's not fit. He's
not fit, but even just some of the shots, he's got no power on them. He's got no he had a couple opportunities, but the finishing touch there is just not there. And yeah, it just seemed like there was opportunities to get that second goal, and then you just kind of thought something was going to come. You see them get a late corner, Van Dijk, it's he's just going to make something happen. He's a better athlete than anyone. He's just that's a captain's goal right there. He knows his team needs it. He knows the city needs it. They've been down. Everything's been down with them, and now they look pretty solidified to lock up a Champions League spot and probably
changed the entire season. Job. It's changed Liverpool's entire season. That goal.
I think it's massive too, because if you think about it, if Liverpool if they miss Champions League, their ability to recruit massively changes, because all these guys want to play Champions League. You think a guy is going to leave Bayern Munich or some of these other teams to come play for Liverpool and just play in the Premier League or the Europa League? No.
No, I completely agree. I think during this transition for Liverpool, where the old guard are getting sent to the pasture and they've got to start putting a lot more structure and leadership around this summer's new lads. It's Champions League's massive, but I think, like you said, they look a shoe-in for it. Was Isak that fragile when he was with you?
He had a couple groin things here and there that he'd be out a couple games, and Callum Wilson would fill in for him, but it wasn't anything too crazy. But he did have some groin stuff. That was something that I remember. He had a couple. I mean, he's kind of like a tall, skinny guy. He's
slight.
His build, he's not the strongest guy in the world. But I mean, obviously, you saw the skill that he had when he was at Newcastle. There's no denying the guy's a goal scorer. It just thinks got off to a shitty start. got injured. The team while he was injured just completely fell off. Then Ekitike goes down. So then he's thrown into these matches like PSG and stuff. He's just not ready for it.
Just wonder because he's so slight if he's got like the muscle memory or like build really to kind of bounce back as quick, like you said, I saw some of his shots and they looked like farts in the wind,
Yeah.
They just
Wouldn't it be ironic if he goes to the World Cup like half fit with Sweden and then like gets a bad
Smashes
injury?
it.
It's a bad injury, and then for next season Liverpool have Ekitike and Isak both out injured. It would be like ironic.
Yeah, ironically, me and you bringing that up. But no, he looks way off the pace. And they weren't good. Like, it's not a good Liverpool side. That's what's disappointing. Like, you don't get many windows as an Everton fan to beat Liverpool. And but if you don't put your chances away and you don't mark the only aerial threat that they had in the box, if you look at who was in the box at that time, you look at that goal, it's a team of, no offense, Al, 5'4s, 5'6s. There's no big dudes in there, So, and Virgil's been on fire from corners this year. This must be the most he's scored in a season, right?
He scored a lot, yeah.
I've won on him scoring, which is karma at its finest.
Beto's first goal too. He ragdolled Andy Robertson. I mean, he just had him held off with like one arm, and he was just like, "Nope, tap in."
Yeah,
and that's what he does. Like, he just bullies some of these guys, and I think I don't know. Liverpool still just doesn't look like they've I think that obviously they've locked up this position, but like, I don't know.
Kanate's close to sign a new deal.
Yeah, he's about to sign a new deal.
You know what? What's an interesting thing too is like, what do you do with Frimpong? Like, what is he? Like, because he's not a right back. Like, how are you going to trust him defensively? He's not. Is he like a Salah replacement? I don't think so. So like, what formation are you running that he's going to be a factor? Like, he almost has to be in like a role where there's wing backs, and I don't think Liverpool's ever going to run that really.
Well, that's this part of this process now, isn't it? They can't just stick to the same formation that Klopp's ran with. They've got to look at what they've got and what they need, and make sure, like, they've got to build this team around Vert, haven't they? Like, they've got to build around him, Ekitike and Isak and Soboslai, and that might require a different position. But to answer your question, where does he play? I don't know. He can play right wing. He just can't play like the third right striker. I don't think he can go that high up. But funny time for them. It's fine for us. We'll dust it off.
Hey,
and
you win next week, you're right in those European spots, man.
You've never heard me get too excited for that stuff. I just wanted an easy life this year, and I've got that. So I'm already a winner in my eyes.
West Ham on Saturday.
Yeah, there you go. Well, speaking of not having an easy life right now, that's Arsenal fans. Ooh. And the Wizard called it. It was part of the Wizards' weekly wagers. Man City win. Was the only one to win, but we'll talk about that another time. But I mean, Man City just kind of dominated that game. The only like real slip up was that Donnarumma goal that he let up. That I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but just a brain fart there. But it just seemed like City just dominated. I mean, that Cherky, that goal that he had looked like some Messi type stuff. Like, his ability he's so quick twitch, and he's so able to just get around these defense. I mean, he went through Gabriel and Saliba like Swiss cheese, and those are two of like the best center backs, not just in the Premier League but in the world. Like, he just went around them like crazy. Right foot, left foot. Doesn't matter. This guy's just got like he has been one of the best signings. And then you add, Semenyo didn't even have the greatest game, but like he's still just a force out there, just trucking guys, just making things happen. Obviously, Haaland got the big goal in the game as well, but really just impressed with this City team. I mean, that you talk about a team that the old guard went out, they already ushered in their new guard. Like, I know Bernardo Silva's leaving. Cherokee's going to probably slip right into that role. Nunez or Diaz and Stones, they've already replaced them with Gahey and Kusanov, who both had an awesome game. So it's just like you just see this Man City team and what they're doing, and it's just the momentum is completely on their side. Arsenal's just completely losing it right now. Their fans are losing it. Like, I think they've lost it. I think they have. I think they bottled it. I think they've lost it to City. They're just too good right now. And, Arsenal still has to worry about Champions League football too. And they got to play Atletico Madrid. Simeone, like those are going to be some tough games. Those are going to be some really, really tough games and physical games. And that's going to take a lot out of them. And that's going to impact them on the league. So they may have to look at what they care about more. And I think they should care about the league more.
Oh, 100%. Right, Al? Like that's their thing they have to go for.
I know they've never won the Champions League, but
Arsenal, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Arsenal,
I think if you ask their fans what they want more, I think they want to win the league.
Yeah, 100%. So it reminds me of that situation from a few seasons ago where City and Liverpool both still in the Champions League and going for the league, and I think like City went out of the Champions League but were favorites for the league, and like you kind of wanted, like you could tell that both teams wanted it to be reversed. Like Man City were dying to win the Champions League and Liverpool were dying to win the league.
Yeah,
and I think they, so I think this is somewhat similar, and like Arsenal would way rather win the league than the Champions League. And it's weird that it's kind of like in both of their hands. It's right now, if both of them win out, they both finish on the same point. So it's like just a straight shootout. Like who can win out and who can score the most goals. And
I think it's more who can't fuck up.
Right.
Like that's how it feels. Like this big game's been looming over Arsenal. I feel like a little bit of pressure will be off them now because the worst things happened. Right? They lost.
Yeah.
City are back. The chance of them finishing second and all that shit's coming their way. Everyone's writing them off. I actually think the pressure is going to shift a little bit, not massively.
It is out of the way. But it's just
It's done. It's the worst nightmare. That's been keeping him up since Christmas, right? What if we go there and that's when they get back into it? Well, guess what they did? But to Wiz's first point, like Arsenal, other than an unbelievably uncharacteristic mistake from the keeper, they weren't a threat at all.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't a threat at all. They weren't playing good football. They didn't look as nervous at the back, but didn't look
they had
good.
2 shots on target, and one of those is
that what it was?
One of those is Havertz's goal, like
deflection.
Yeah,
deflection.
And obviously they had a decent lead in the title race, Arsenal, which is dwindled down. Yeah, but if you'd have given any Arsenal fan this, like at the start of the season, said, okay, you're going to be, with 5 games left. If you win out though, if you win those 5 games, you'll probably win the league. I think a lot of them would have taken that.
I hate that mindset.
But that's
it doesn't make it incorrect. Yeah. I just think it's just such it's glossing over the fact that they've done such a poor job over the last few games. Like this has been 4 weeks where they've shit the bed.
Isn't there some comfort though that they didn't, they weren't bad against Man City. They just
they didn't get battered.
No.
It wasn't a whooping, right? They were by far the second best team, but it wasn't an ass whooping. I just think since they lost to them in the cup, they haven't been the same team.
It's a little brother syndrome. It feels like.
Yeah. Get back in your place.
They kind of got deboed in that Carabao Cup and just haven't really quite recovered yet.
I'll tell you what, though, they need those that semi-final in the Champions League, the 2 legs against Atleti. That's going to take it out of them. Like that is the one thing that.
But also, are you guys not looking at like no Saka? Like that's where are their goals coming from? Like where was their goals coming from? Madueke was doing nothing in that game.
He's
like
done
Saka,
nothing.
If he's going to be out for a couple weeks,
for a while, he came up.
So it's like where are their goals coming from? Like that's where I don't see I see the pressure completely staying on them because like they're relying so much on getting a header, getting some fucking crazy deflection. Like where are their goals coming from? They're just not scoring these days either. Even in that Champions League against Sporting, they won 1-0 in 2 games. Like they're not scoring at all.
Yeah, and the football looks crap, and then you can tell they're not enjoying it. And then City just look like they're rolling, don't they? So,
and the fact that they're big money. So the Gyökeres they brought on in the 84th minute, and one of the biggest games of their season.
That was a statement.
And they don't trust him to start. They started Havertz.
That was a statement. That is Arteta saying we backed the wrong course. You bought him for that scenario. They needed to buy a Haaland. They needed to buy a Salah. They needed to buy someone who they can be like, right, 30 goals, we don't have to worry about. Right, that's that done. That's that. There's our 30 goals. Let's see what we can get the rest from. And he's not the answer. He's not the answer. And
you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know, like who the answer really was? The answer was probably like a Harry Kane. Like, I know he would have never gone there, but like if you look at like their structure, their team, like he would have been the perfect fit.
Yeah. Well,
he kind of is for a lot of teams.
I'm about to say what fit do you have to wedge Kane into? You know, but like
I'm just saying, like the player they've been looking for all this time was the guy
right under their nose. Right across. No, there was a few.
Wasn't their academy as a kid, right?
Was he?
I think so.
There's pictures of him wearing an Arsenal shirt. I think
he was a little chunky.
Was getting that in there? Getting the fact that he was a chubby kid in there. Yeah. So I looking at it now. Are you still sticking with who you saying's got it now?
City
this week.
If I had to, back one of them, it would be City. I think the pressure is. I mean, obviously both of them have pressure on it, but I think City just looking better.
I'm gonna go Arsenal.
You think?
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
I've got a little something where I just think a point or two is gonna just be dropped or something. I just got this. I got this feeling on Sunday that the path is cleared now for them a little bit. Like that was the build up to their entire season, and their worst nightmare happened. And now, does it relieve the pressure? Are they able just to play because no one's, it's happened. It's happened. They've shit the bed. The thing they didn't want to happen happened. So we'll see.
In the bed.
City have Burnley tomorrow. That's their
game in hand. So they could win that game 5-0, and then they're up, on goal differential, and they're tied on points.
Yeah, and then City have not a bad run in last 4 games.
Well, pivoting a little bit, let's talk about a team that's been struggling a bit right now. Chelsea. They lost today 3-0 to Brighton. They lost on Saturday 1-0 to Man United. It looked like they literally have nothing going on for them. I think Brighton fans cheered them off like the Liam Brazinia. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. So things are bad in Chelsea land right now. I mean, they are, I think, 7 points out of a Champions League spot right now. Actually, 7 points out of a Champions League spot right now. You read all the stuff about their spending habits. An article coming out today that Anthony Gordon might be going there. It's like, what is going on with this club?
Yeah, this is their 5th loss in a row.
5 straight league losses. They brought in this freaking clown, and you could just tell the players do not give a shit. Like, it is obviously we talked about Fernandez wanting to leave, Cucurella saying some stuff, but you just look at the team that they put out there, and it's like these guys should be. It's Cole Palmer, it's Enzo Fernandez, it's all these guys, Caicedo, all these guys that you hear about, and they just got it. I watched the highlights of that game. It should have been 3-0 in the first half. It should have been 6-0 in that game. Like they missed a couple sitters, Brighton did, and I just like that is one of the most. I mean, kind of reminds me of my own team, but they are just falling off a cliff right now in Chelsea.
It's all their own fault, right? You don't respect the position at all. You bring in. He was called a puppet from the get-go. I remember on Sky Sports when they were doing their very best to be polite and talk about his experience, and I forget exactly what it was, but it was like interim at Hull, somewhere else, and then was it Strasbourg he got from. So like they're trying to put lipstick on a pig on his experience, and like that man should have been nowhere near the Chelsea job.
And he wouldn't have if there wasn't ties to Strasbourg through the ownership.
100%. Was he setting the world alight at Strasbourg?
He was doing an okay job. I mean, they were like, but it's not just that. It's their recruitment model as well to basically disrupt the transfer market by bringing in basically all these
teenagers,
younger players, and it's clear that you need the right blend of youth and experience. Otherwise, the wheels, when they fall off like this, don't get put back on by players who can say, "All right, just steady the ship a little bit." And you need that, player with experience who can actually just say, "Hang on a sec, let's do it." Calm down.
I mean, they didn't have one shot on target today. Their entire offense was basically just kicking it long to Liam Delap and him trying to get a corner. That was
that's a career that's in the toilet, isn't it? Jesus,
yeah.
lad.
If you look at their starting 11,
there's some stinkers in there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Caicedo and I like Fernandez, but they also have a tendency if the wheels are falling off just to throw them in. Yeah, but there's no one there.
If you're going to fill a room full of kids, you need an adult to drive the bus, and they got another kid in, and not only has he not got the experience from dealing with players of that caliber before, which I think is massive. I think that's what happened to Moyes at Man United back in the day. He went from Everton to all of a sudden being in a room with these like superstars, and he just had no way of experience of communicating to them. You've got a lad that's never dealt with that scenario. He's never dealt with the scrutiny and the pressure that comes with a club of that nature. And they fed him to the wolves. And I don't know why. I don't know why they did it. There was no way this was going to work. It was never, ever going to work. But I did not expect it to be this bad. I thought their team would at least get them through. Like the players that they've got just to be like for our own pride and next year. But have they all just gone, fuck this. Let's get to Ibiza.
Cole Palmer aside, if you look at the players they've spent so much,
I think João Pedro is pretty good. I don't think he
was. Yeah. But like you look at their bench, it's just absolutely no one on there.
Yeah. Garnacho and
even United fans weren't all that bothered when he. I mean,
no, they were happy when he left.
He's getting a bit Sancho-y, isn't he? A few Sancho vibes from him.
And their keeper's absolutely awful as well. Robert Sanchez. Yeah, absolutely terrible keeper.
I like the left back. Cucurella is good. He's annoying, but he's fantastic.
But they played him in the midfield today. Like if you they played him as like a winger on the midfield.
Yeah, tell me you're panicking without telling me you're panicking, right? Gaffer, they've
for Brighton just to sweep them away 3-0. I mean, mad.
Okay. Yeah, no, listen, it's something needs to change there, and I don't think it's just going to be, it can't just be the manager. They can't just go into next season by buying a few more kids and putting a new manager in place. And who'd take that job now?
A lot of
that's would they? With the team they're walking into, with the pressure that comes with, and with the understanding that hierarchy has the ability to just go right, gone. They if they'd stuck with the last fella, they're 100% getting Champions League.
Maresca, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're 100% getting Champions League. But they got rid of him, and he's probably one of the best young managers in Europe. And now they'll get someone. But I can't think of a name that I can associate with that role right now. Sean Dyche, I don't know.
It's a big fall from grace, but Anthony, we did mention Brighton there. I know you had a little tango with them never mind. Apologies. Were
you tangoing there? What are you tangoing there with? Hey,
when I was looking at the matches, it pulled up the week before when you guys played.
Take a few steps.
Sorry,
back.
My apologies. Right, I meant to mention Brighton. Since we did just mention them, they had a big draw against Spurs on Saturday. A little late goal action. How was that at the Fan Fest? That must have been a pretty loud reaction there.
Yeah, I mean,
95th minute goal from Reuter.
It was pretty epic, yeah, because the Spurs fans were giving it all that, and yeah, I mean, for them not to see out that win that they so desperately needed, it's a big one, right? It's they're in it bad.
I thought Javi Siemens was going to cry at full time because he had this awesome goal to go up 2-1.
Did you see his celebration?
Oh, yeah, it was a big one.
Yeah, his celebration. I mean, dude, you need to go that big when there's still that.
Very Richarlison of him. Maybe he's been hanging out with him too much.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with Richarlison a lot. But no, I mean, they have Wolves next, so maybe they've got their Wolves voucher they can cash in and get 3 points.
It's not the easiest cash in these days, but
yeah, that's got to be a 12-pointer.
Oh, if they don't win that game, then they're down.
Not draw. Like they've got to win. They've got to get 3 points from that game. Yeah,
it's last chance saloon now, really, for them. But yeah, for them not to see out that game against Brighton, huge, and it's going to have big ramifications for sure.
Yeah, and it's speak of ramifications. If we go a little bit north, a little bit east, we're gonna we kind of swept over the fact that Arnie Slot's kept his job by destroying my dreams and hopes over the weekend. But Eddie H, what's the crack with him now? Then was because another loss on the boards against a team that you should beat, especially at the start of the season. That would have been something you'd gone, all right, cool, 3 points there, hopefully, or at least that point. It's not getting better, is it?
No, and like I said, it's like watching the same horror film, except, they changed the first act this week and they scored first. And then we tied it up. And then we give up an 85-minute winner. It's just every single week. It's the same bullshit. And, you look at the lineup he puts out there. Anthony Elanga is one of the worst players I've ever seen. I've never seen a guy who just has every pass, every shot, everything. Sometimes he's just in the way. And it's just like he has no idea. He's the fastest guy, straight ahead speed, but he turns like a freaking boat. And it's just like that was one of the worst signings ever. And if it's like we didn't have a sporting director, so this is kind of on Eddie Howe. Like that signing is on Eddie Howe. He's got Jacob Ramsey, who he doesn't even use, and it just I thought we brought Bruno on. It was great to see our captain back. He comes on and we score literally like 5 minutes later on a play he makes. And it's just like, Osula, nice goal from him. But it's just like Osula shouldn't even be freaking playing. That's the guy you're putting out there, and they spent how much money on Voltemata and Vissa, and they don't even play. Vissa doesn't even get in. Voltemata comes in the 84th minute. Hey, try and get a header, kid. You won't see a ball. Jacob Murphy falling asleep at literally lets the guy run by him and then just stops. Ramsdale, goes off the crossbar, lands right at his guy's feet. He's just standing there, tap in. That's all game. It's this shit.
Has Vissa been given a chance? Has he been given a good run of games?
No. I mean, he came in injured. Basically just ever since then, he got a couple opportunities, did nothing, but never was really in shape, and that's been a calamity signing.
Well, so he was in the league for a long time before he kind of got on everyone's radar. You know what I mean? And I know lots of people left, but he was always the bench guy at Brentford, and then had a great season last year. And sometimes you pay a little bit more because your circumstance. You guys needed another striker, right? So would you, in hindsight, have paid what you paid for him at his age? No. Voltemata was a panic buy because if you got linked with another striker who you didn't get, then
which one?
Well, there was just everyone you went with because you wouldn't let Isak go. You were fucked with. And then what makes me so curious about Elanga is it was such a good signing. I saw it as like an upgrade from Jacob Murphy and even
12 assists last year. You're like, whoo, that speed. In Eddie Howe's press, that's what he really loves to do is press teams. And you think about that speed and you think about his assists and you're like, this is great. And you see flash though. I mean, the guy had 2 goals against Barcelona in the new camp. You see what he can do sometimes, but in the league, he's done absolutely shit. 1 assist, nothing.
Is it confidence?
I think the whole team's got a confidence issue right now.
Well, that's.
I just think you've just come to the end of the line with Howe, and the team is just crying out for a refresh, in some way. Whether that's and I think it should be the manager, and then maybe some of the squad as well. But yeah, it just seems like he's taking you as far as he can.
It's just crazy to think that half this team is more worried about where their next team is. You hear it with Livramento, Hall, Tonali, Bruno.
Yeah, they're
Gordon.
Performances.
Everyone's worried about where they're going next. And it's Gordon, I don't even know what the fuck happened there. I mean, we just wake up Saturday morning, he's on the injury report. Oh, it's something with his hip. And Eddie Howe comes out and he goes, the starting players are going to be players that want to play here. And so I don't know what's going on with
Is that what he said? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think when a manager comes out and says something like that, and then miraculously this guy's not even in the lineup, what's going on there? Like, and he wasn't even on the bench either. So something must have happened there. You're hearing all these stories about Bayern Munich.
It's that stuff, isn't it? It's and Anthony Gordon, as we all know, is a little bitch. So
and he thinks of himself that he thinks he's like a world-class player. You see him in these interviews and you hear him, and he like this guy. I hope, like,
careful.
Yeah.
I think.
You know what I was gonna say? I'm not gonna say it, but let me tell you what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I hope this guy fails miserably for England in the World Cup and everyone sees it on the world stage. But I don't want that to happen.
That was me. That was attacking us. That was you can say
that's why I didn't say it.
In his next move, I think he's at his ceiling as well. I think this is his game. You're looking at his game. This is the best this lad can do. He's a dynamic runner. Yeah, he's a dynamic runner.
I think like he's been linked with like teams in Europe, and I think that would suit him down to the ground. Like, you
think he's got another gear? He's got another gear in him.
I think if he went
to Bayern Munich, is he playing over Luis Diaz?
Well,
is he shite?
I think he's playing over him. I think he's playing alongside him.
Is he playing? Oh, so he's going to play over Michael Elise, who's the best player in the world right now.
But I think like he'll get integrated.
Or Leonard Carl, like the 16-year-old phenom from Bayern Munich. I don't even think he's playing over him.
I just think if he goes to a European team in a league like that, I could see him exploding.
Yeah, so if he plays against easier opposition, you think he'll do better? Interesting. Exactly. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. No, I think he's capped out. I think everyone knows what he is, and he's one of those players that like can change a game. He's a good player. I just can't see him kicking on like you might think. And if there's stuff like that coming out, then this is like the amount of things that must happen behind closed doors and the conversations and the bitching and the comments. Like every work coffee room is like, oh, have you seen? She's got this. She's got like. It's going to be the same in clubhouses and. It's so funny that we're talking about getting rid of Eddie Howe because Eddie Howe is probably going to leave Newcastle and get a better job. Like he still seems one of the best. Good question.
Chelsea.
That was the first name that came to my head, but I hope for his sanity he doesn't. But like, you wouldn't think he wouldn't be touted as the next big thing because he's still got a phenomenal relationship in the game. He's still one of the best young England managers. Out there.
It'd be interesting to see because I know Tuchel signed a longer deal, but like if things don't go well at this World Cup, I don't see him staying.
He's so FA friendly, that guy. He's putting up in interviews.
I don't know if I see.
Yeah, but I think if it doesn't work with Tuchel, then you're going to be hearing it from everyone about how we need an English manager and we need this, we need that, and they'll go back to an English manager.
Yeah, interesting. I like that insight there.
But yeah, listen. I think it is interesting because Alan Shearer has kind of come out and said that he thinks this is the end of line for Eddie, and when he speaks out, he's
got his cell phone number as well, hasn't he?
Loud voice. Yeah, and if he's saying it on record, then
yeah. And I just think that I think you guys aren't wrong. I think you get to a point, and I think he's kind of stuck in his ways as well. And you're just seeing some of these lineups he's putting out there, and you're like, holy shit. And then you see, Dan Burn coming on to play left back, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah. He's panicking, and they're in a tough spot. But how could be gone? And
I was worried about relegation at one point, boys. Like I'm like looking at him, like I'm doing math over here. I'm like, if we lose every single game and then they win this, and then I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it's a little bit of a sweat right now. It's not like we are so bad right now. I know we're not maybe not Chelsea bad, but we've lost 3 out of our last 5 in the league.
Yeah, you're not going down. He'll lose his job probably, but which is crazy to me. But if you're looking at those lads now,
but listen, honestly, if you can sell Anthony Gordon for $75 million, that's good business right there.
Sell him for a pack of chips, the prick. You've got Forest unbeaten in 5.
Ooh,
West Ham only lost 1 of the last 5. Tottenham.
Burnley, it's not doing anything either.
Burnley are done yet. Sounds.
Spurs is the only team that that's the final 2 spots of relegation are decided. That last spot is the only one that we'll wait to see.
And it's between is between Forest, West Ham, and Spurs.
That was a big draw for West Ham. I feel like they had an opportunity to get some points there. Like that. That I think is they'll have some restless nights from that one.
Yeah. I think Forest are all right now.
Well,
Forest
behind
Morgan Gibbs White.
Oh,
I mean,
hat-trick.
his hat trick was. I mean, all of them. And actually, let me pull it up because this was a heartbreaker of a bet I had this weekend. But I did a nice little 4-leg parlay. Morgan Rogers to score. Ross Barkley to have a shot on target. I had both teams to score in Liverpool, Everton, and then I had Morgan Gibbs White to score. Then I saw Chris Wood. Oh, Chris Wood's got better odds than him. Chris Wood would probably take penalties. All right, let's play Chris Wood. I think he had about 4 shots on target, no goals. Like and then Gibbs White just kept scoring.
Yeah, hat trick.
And it just that would have been the nice two G's. Oh,
who needs that? Who needs that on a Saturday morning?
No, not me, not the Wizard.
I think they need one more win, one draw. Win and a draw. I think Forest are good.
I think they're good. But you've got to start buying into the story and the momentum and the performances and stuff like that. You know, like they're winning 4-1. That wasn't happening a few weeks ago. And to say Sean, who I like a lot, West Ham look fine. You know, they look fine. They look better, but they don't look clinical. Forest have got good vibes with the European, with the cup, how they're progressing in Europe as well. So, like, you've kind of got to start. They're not out of it. No one's out of it. Leeds aren't even out of it. But, like, I think they're pretty much in a good spot. That would be a quick 10 of events for them to get dragged back into the mix. It's West Ham or Tottenham for me. And right now, just looking at, like, even what I just said, then West Ham at least trying 2 wins in the last 5, 2 draws in the last 5, 1 loss, and as we know, Tottenham 3 losses, 2 draws, and just not looking any better, not looking like they're up for the fight.
Yeah, both of them have big games. Like next, like Spurs playing Wolves.
Yeah,
West Ham playing Everton. I think Forest have Sunderland next. Yeah.
West Ham, Everton,
Wolves, Tottenham on Friday.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So, yeah, I think, this next round of fixtures obviously will give us a much clearer picture.
Yeah. But this weekend's massive.
Wolves. Officially relegated.
Look at your little face.
I hate to see it. I tell you what, at the FanFest there was a big corner of Wolves fans. A lot of them, more Wolves fans than I've seen in a long, long time. And I went over there. I was watching West Brom on my phone. I went over there and West Brom were winning and Wolves are losing. And I was like, oh yeah. Showed it to them.
What did they do? Hey.
Are you going to even be in the Champions League?
Couldn't have given a shit.
It was this American Wolves fan, and which I don't know why he's even a Wolves.
Should take a picture of them. They're
showed him my phone. He goes, "What is this? What is this?" I was like, "Baggy's winning.
You're losing.
You really should."
And he's needled his way into a Baggies comms. Where are you? Talk to us. What's the latest?
Scoring goals from the looks of it.
Today we won, and it mathematically secured our championship survival. But we still
you're up.
Well,
you're up.
What about the
I think that's what he's saying. Look at him. Wait.
Whoa. So if we don't get a point deduction, we're safe. If we do get a point deduction, I think we need 1 more point to be if it's a 3-point deduction. If we get 1 more point in the last 2 games, then we're absolutely fine.
So you have 2 games left.
2 games left. We're 8 points clear of Oxford, who lost today. Oxford could get 6 points. We could get a 3-point deduction, so they could take it. But 1 more point or Oxford dropping, not winning both their last games would see us. If it's 3 points,
let's just get a point. Let's just get a point.
Leicester are officially down. They got relegated today.
Nice $85 million training facility for League One.
Coventry won the league today, so they're done.
Was that today?
I thought
that was the league today.
That was the day.
They got promoted on Friday. They secured the title today, and then Millwall won again today, and they are definitely in the playoffs. But they went into second with their win today, so they are.
What's Wrexham up to these days?
They won. They beat Oxford today, and I think they actually went into. They might have.
I'm looking at right now. They are 6th right now, but they're tied 6th. Yeah. They are tied with Hull on 70 points.
Yeah,
Hull have the goal differential by
drew
2
to Leicester, but that actually put Leicester down. But yeah,
Hull hasn't won in their last 5. So
Wrexham are in the playoffs.
Wow,
nice.
So, there we go. That's a little championship roundup, guys.
Leicester going down, absolute madness.
10 years to the day that they
10 years to the day.
Yeah, that they won the league. I think
that they won the league.
That's how it's scary. That scares the shit out of me. That because it shows how fragile and how competitive the Premier League is. And me and Al were chatting about the weekend, and he made a good point. He was like, they're going to get a shock when they go down there, right? These clubs like your Tottenhams and shit like that, I think they're going to bounce back up.
Yeah.
Not necessarily so. It's getting sticky down there, isn't it?
That's why we got to see a Spurs down. We got to.
The entertainment value.
Oh,
the entertainment.
God. This is, I think I said the other week, now it's confirmed. This is the second season in a row there's been a double drop. So it was Luton.
I just want to see what that team looks like, too.
Tottenham could do it.
Because you have to imagine with relegation, they probably have relegation clauses in their contracts for most of those guys.
Well, I think Andy Robertson signed a
I thought that was mad.
They signed a deal with Spurs, but it's contingent on them staying up.
Oh, is it? That's confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's not going to go there if they go down to the Championship, but
true. I just thought it was a weird conversation to be having.
Yeah.
Like that'd be a fun exercise. Like where does Mickey Van de Ven go? Where does because they got some decent players. Where does James Madison go? Where does
They'll be ripped to shreds.
We'll probably end up getting some of those guys.
Yeah, and us. It'll be Newcastle, Everton, West Ham, where that type of teams. Yeah, that Archie Gray will get snapped up. He's been playing brilliant in midfield. Yeah, but we'll see. I think out of respect, we've got to touch upon the Villa Sunderland game. No, 4-3,
yes, we do.
93rd minute winner.
I definitely want to mention that. I was watching that with our good friend Sai.
Great game.
Villa were 3-1 up and cruising in that 80 with 3 minutes to go, and Sunderland scored 1 and then scored another. It was 3-3, and then their striker was through 1-on-1 and chose to try and dink it instead of just slot it home, and then Villa.
Great save by Martinez on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, our friend Sai, his head was so close to falling off.
Tammy Abraham with the 93rd minute goal, dislocates his shoulder while he's scoring.
But is that what he did?
He looked like, he was grabbing his arm after. It looked like he did something. It may have just popped out for a sec, but something definitely happened to him there. But Ollie Watkins, ever since Tuchel left him out of that team, he has been on an absolute scoring tear. He's been on a tear.
Has anything changed?
I think
he'll played. Go on.
I think he'll get taken. I think he'll go now. I think he's scoring, and I think he's now. I think he's going to finish as the top English scorer in the league for this season.
Wow. I think. You said with such confidence. There was 4 thinks in there.
If you look at him and you look at Solanke, like I've watched both these guys play. It's not even like close. It's like I don't even know why he brought Solanke there last time. It's like
because that's all he's got. There's nobody else. Like Calvert-Lewin is the one that I would like either go with them or him and Ollie Watkins. I do think Ollie Watkins is pipping him to the post a little bit now.
Yeah,
but they're 2 very different players. Ollie Watkins has got that tournament experience, which I do think matters a lot.
And he scored a big goal in the Euros. Like that was a massive goal. Like he's done it on that big stage as a sub.
Yeah.
Well, Welbeck is still the top English scorer in the league.
He did score today. Came in sub 90th minute.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Right, if we look at the games coming up, gentlemen, let me get there. Where are we? Screen's gone completely.
Burnley, Man City tomorrow.
And Bournemouth Leeds tomorrow.
Yeah, so the Leeds one's feisty. That's got a little something. We don't need to talk about Man City Burnley, do we? That's a waste of breath. No. Yeah. Leeds Bournemouth.
I think Bournemouth will win.
I think
Yeah, so do
Bournemouth
I.
will win too. They look good
Yeah.
against us.
Yeah,
Gonna be at home.
look really
You know
good.
what's crazy too? Like how much and how well those guys are playing, and their managers already told them he's leaving.
Well, that's the only thing in the back of my head.
Right.
Would this be the first game they could start seeing that? But
I don't know because they've already hired the other guy.
Yeah, true.
So
Excuse me.
I don't know, man. It just seems like all these guys are just I don't know. They just have a good team.
Yeah. Bournemouth, Sunderland, Forest.
Ooh.
At Sunderland, that's
I'm gonna go Sunderland. They are tough to beat at home, man.
Draw.
Yeah, bet against them a lot. Sunderland, I'm hoping that the wheels will come off, but they're not.
You also want Joe to sweat it a little bit. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I don't want him to go down, but would I like to be
Maybe
uncomfortable for a few more weeks? Yeah, a little
sweat.
bit of moisture, a little perspiration. I'm gonna go draw.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. Fulham, Villa.
Villa.
Yeah, Villa on fire at the minute. I don't like this one. West Ham, Everton.
Ooh.
Is Beto out?
Right.
That's very important. Head injury. That's a quick turnaround.
He didn't know where he was.
West Ham
where
win.
he was.
Salah was looking at him. He's like, dude, the side of your head is like there's like a
Missing.
hematoma building. Like,
what were you saying, Tay? West Ham win?
I would love a West Ham win. Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Of
draw
course.
on that one.
That's a prediction. There's no passion needed. There's no preferences. Just a prediction. I'd love a West Ham win.
A West Ham win.
Just a
All
draw.
right, Keegan. I'm gonna go for an Everton win. Fuck you all.
Oh.
Wolves, Tottenham.
Spurs.
Draw. I just want chaos. I want them to get a point, but I don't want them,
I just wondered if Wolves have totally thrown the towel now, or if they like the players would be up for this though, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
The players would be, or like they'd be like, come
at
with
home
us.
too. Oh,
Yeah. Join us.
Wolves fans are going to be on the Spurs fans. They're going to be on like the first mistake or the first little little hitch in the plan.
Like it's something for them to celebrate and get involved in. Yeah. They were involved with Tottenham's demands. Yeah, I'm going to say draw. Yeah. Oh, imagine if they lost, lad. Oh.
What about Liverpool? Then? Liverpool at Palace, or no, at Liverpool? Sorry,
Palace. Yeah, I think Liverpool vibes are high now.
Yeah,
they've backed the manager. I think they'll steady the ship. I think it'll be a very much boring end of the season.
You know what Crystal Palace is doing too, because I think Mateta's leaving. They've really been playing this Strand Larson over him, and he is just not. It's a significant drop off from Mateta. And I think Wharton's been out a little bit too. So I think Liverpool in that one, they'll run away with it.
Hey, this one's a bit of a stinker.
Yeah. Which one?
Arsenal, Newcastle.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
I'm going to go draw on that one. I think they're going to be down from that game. They're going to be worried. It's listen, it's just something you got. It's just the pressure's going to mount. But, is Mikel Arteta is going to be resting some of his guys because he's got Atletico Madrid on Wednesday?
No, he can't.
But will it be in the back of his head?
You're so bad now. Like usually with a Newcastle team, you're like, oh, you're the team that would usually thrive in this situation. Going down to London, going into a big stadium. Newcastle's in a normal scenario would be the ones that would elevate the game, but you just look so shit.
I know.
I can't see
maybe Bruno back for a full match starting. We got our captain back, maybe, but I don't know. I kind of just see them nicking a header 1-0, probably 88th minute. It'll be a boring game. We'll probably be asleep for the first half and do nothing.
So much fun now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Arsenal. Yeah, you said Arsenal. Yeah.
I think Arsenal win.
Yeah. This one's funny. Man United, Brentford.
I tell you what, Brentford's pretty good, man. That Thiago. I mean, he's giving Haaland a little run for his money on goals in the season. He's at 21 right now.
And Man United have looked like not the gloss has come off, but they look beatable at times now, right?
Yeah. No, they definitely have. They've got some stuff going on at the back. Like they've got some serious injuries there. I think they're missing. I think Maguire's out with a red card. I think Euro's injured.
Martinez.
I think Luke Shaw may have gotten maybe injured too. Like they've got some serious issues at the back right now. I know DeLitte's been out basically for months now. Like they're playing some guys back there that are Thiago could eat alive. Thiago could eat alive.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you got one of the second highest goal scorer in the league coming up against the fourth or fifth string centre half Man United. Yeah, what's that look like?
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes though, 18 assists on the season. That's pretty awesome. Like that's pretty impressive. I mean, he has just been unreal this year. Cunha had a nice goal in their game this weekend. Like I think they'll probably get it done against Brentford, but we'll see. I mean, Brentford's vying for those European spots, man. Like they're in 8th right now. They're tied on points with Chelsea. You know, down on goal differential. They've drew in their last 5 games. Like they just can't find a way to win right now. But listen, they're right there fighting for European spots. So you got to give Brentford a shot in this one. Man United's kind of locked up that Champions League position.
I'm saying draw. I think Man United at home, they still look good. But I do think their back four is going to have to. I've got a lot of faith in Michael Carrick as well. I think he's a good coach, and I can see like he's going to do something. Yeah,
I think he's done a real solid job.
That Chelsea result was huge for him after losing, and I think that they'll continue, and I think they're going to beat.
I think that like it should be like, and listen, I don't know how it works with the contracts for coaches, but like for him, it should be like a 1-year deal. It's like, hey man, this worked out, we liked it, but we do need to see a bit more before we're giving you this multi-year contract. I mean, we're already paying probably Ten Hag still. We're probably definitely paying
Mourinho.
I forgot his name already. What's his name?
Oh, Amron, whatever.
Miguel Amaron or whatever. They're definitely paying him for the next 5 years. So, like, maybe it's like, hey, let's see how this goes. Let's give you a year, and then see how it goes.
We were chatting to Josh about it this weekend, and he alluded to the fact that this is Carrick's second go at caretaker manager. So, like, if you're gonna give him it, you've got to give him it now, right? You can't just use and abuse the dude.
It's. I think I would personally, if I was a Man United fan, like to see him have the job. So
yeah,
it's interesting when you look at like their recent games. Like, it's a tough one because like they had that draw against Bournemouth. But when he gets matched up against a really good manager, like that's going to be the big test because like they're going to be back in the Champions League next year, and he's going to have to go up against some of these big time European managers. Let's see how he does in those games because I think that's going to be the big sign there for Man United. It's like, hey, if we're going to be in the Champions League, we want to win this trophy. We want to be relevant in this tournament. We can't just get there and just hope it's going to work out. Like when he gets up against a Pep or he gets up against some of these really great managers in the league, let's see how he does.
I think it's going to be interesting transfer-wise for them as well this year. Like vibes are high if they finish in Champions League, playing good football. And also
they got to replace guys. They got to replace Casemiro. Yeah. They got to get much better at the back.
We'll see. No, I don't also know who would replace them. Right, Al? Who would you get in there if it's not him?
I think Areola, that's going to be the name that's probably floated around a lot of these.
But wouldn't he have already been signed? Like, wouldn't you have already known, or that would have leaked out because he already told them he's leaving, so he's already got his next job already lined up.
Maybe, yeah. But if he had signed for someone, like you said, like it probably would have leaked. So maybe they just haven't made a decision yet. But if they did want to move on from Carrick, he'd be pretty up there, right?
Yeah, I think so. There isn't much higher stock than him. Eddie Howe leaves, slips into the Man United job. Don't mind about me. Don't mind if I do.
Take Gordon with you.
I've got this stat was sent to me today by 2 different people. By Lucas, but also before my brother sent it me. So listen to this. This century, there's only been one club in the 92 Football League clubs that hasn't been able to celebrate anything. No trophy, no promotion, nothing at all this century.
Tottenham?
One club in 92 football.
Any guesses?
No, I don't want to play.
Out of 92 Football League clubs, 91 of them have been able to celebrate something this century.
Is it
This century?
Wiz, come on.
I don't know.
Who is it, Alex?
Everton.
Wow, I didn't realize that. This century, okay.
You didn't see his stupid little face when he was saying it.
I was looking. I didn't really hear what he said, so I went back to my WhatsApp to look up what the question was. But damn, that's tough.
He was
Tough
saying
century.
We're being present. Being present is its own gift. Being present in the
There you
Premier
go.
League.
If you get like if you get like Conference League, does that count? Just like we're in Conference League now.
What, you've won it? No, he's talking
did.
about like winning something.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was just saying, like, would you guys count that? Like, that's
No.
positive. No.
No.
So
We've
I
been in
did
Europe.
see you celebrated staying up a couple of years like it was winning something, but
And I hope you stay up as well, Alexander. Wiz,
Hey.
I hope you stay up. I hope West Brom stay up. I hope the point deduction might be 9. And then
I kind of want the season to be over, though. I'll be
wipe
honest
that
with you.
Yeah, same.
stupid smirk off your face.
I just want to go.
I'm not really having fun watching these games anymore. It's kind of just a chore at this point.
Yeah, your team's a suck. My team, they're battling for Europe, doing really well against the titles of last year, the champions of last year. So listen, just keep an eye on us, root for your friends' teams, and kind of get involved in aspiration that way, you know?
Well,
Hey, we
after
probably,
seeing this stat, I really want you to win something. I mean, it's just a sad existence.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true.
You're the only club who hasn't won a thing.
No, we hit it the first time. And unfortunately, that's us out of time. So I just want to say thank you, lads, for this evening. We're going to post this. Wizards Weekly Wager is going to be immense.
1
We've
for
got the
3
stream-
last week. You know, they put Hall of Famers that bat 330 and
We've got the streaming sorted. We've got the new YouTube channel. Like and subscribe.
I've got access to our socials now, so you may
The
see
socials
some
about
wild
to
stuff on there. You may
blow
see some Nick
off.
stuff on there. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we might get taken down. Who knows?
Bottling
Who knows?
game last night. Oof.
Yeah. Leaving with an Everton stat and the Knicks lost. That's what we're doing to me today.
Yep.
No,
Wow.
we're leaving on a high. Hey, at least I'm not a Tottenham fan. Gentlemen, have a great week, and
Spurs
I'll
are
see
going
you,
down.
speak to you next time.
Cheers,
cheers.
lads.
Lots of love.